Recorded books in one-click digital present Wait Until Midnight by Amanda Quick. Narrated by Louisa Jane Underwood. Prologue. Late in the reign of Queen Victoria. Astonishing Exhibition of Psychical Powers by Gilbert Otford, Correspondent, Flying Intelligencer. Mrs. Fordyce, the noted author, recently gave a thrilling demonstration of psychical powers before a small private audience composed entirely of ladies. Those who attended described a compelling scene. The room was darkened in a most dramatic fashion. Mrs. Fordyce was seated alone at a table that was illuminated by a single lamp. From that position, she proceeded to answer questions and make observations of a most personal nature about many of those present. Following the exhibition, it was generally agreed that only the possession of the most extraordinary psychical gifts could account for Mrs. Fordyce's uncanny ability to respond correctly to the inquiries put to her. The startling accuracy of her remarks about those in the room with whom she had not been previously acquainted left a marked impression. Mrs. Fordyce was afterward besieged by requests for séances and sittings. It was also suggested that she apply to Mr. Reed, the president of the Society for Psychical Investigations, for permission to be tested at Winterset House, the headquarters of the society. She refused all such invitations, making it plain that there will be no more demonstrations or exhibitions of her abilities. It is commonly held among those who study such phenomena that the use of psychical talents places considerable stress on the nerves, which, as nature has ordained, are far more fragile in women than they are in men. Mr. Reed told this correspondent that a concern for the health of her nerves is only one reason why a female practitioner would be hesitant to conduct demonstrations. He explained that the innate delicacy of feeling and desire for modesty, that is the hallmark of a true lady, ensures that any woman possessed of both genuine psychical abilities and a fine sense of the proprieties will be extremely resistant to the notion of exhibiting her powers in any public setting. Chapter 1. The face of the dead medium was a ghostly blur beneath the blood-stained wedding veil. In life she had been quite pretty. The long, heavy skirts of a dark blue gown were crumpled around shapely legs clad in white stockings. The iron poker that had been used to crush the back of her skull had been dropped nearby. Adam Hardesty moved across the small, shadowy room, willing himself to push through the invisible barrier created by the peculiar scent and chill of death. He crouched beside the body and held the candle aloft. Through the gossamer veil, he saw the glitter of the blue beads that trimmed the necklace around Elizabeth Delmont's throat. A matching pair of earrings dangled from her ears. On the floor next to her pale, lifeless fingers was a broken pocket watch. The glass had been shattered, the hands forever locked at midnight. Removing his own watch from the pocket of his trousers, he checked the time. 2:10. If the timepiece on the carpet had, in fact, been smashed in the course of the violent struggle that appeared to have taken place in the chamber, Delmont had been murdered a little more than 2 hours earlier. A mourning brooch, decorated with black enamel, rested on the tightly laced, stiffly shaped bodice of the blue gown. The brooch looked as if it had been deliberately positioned on Delmont's bosom in a grim parody of funereal respect. He picked up the brooch and turned it over to look at the reverse side. The flickering candle illuminated a small photograph. A portrait.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it. at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.